Alright, let me ask you something. What if the strongest guy in the entire Invincible universe was never supposed to be the king? Like imagine dedicating your whole life to an empire and then finding out you were just a placeholder. That's literally Thragg. And trust me, his story is way darker than people think. So, let's get into it. So hello everyone, you're watching Low Drop and today we're talking about Thragg, the strongest pure-blooded Viltrumite. Yeah, stronger than Omni-Man, stronger than Conquest. This dude is basically the final boss of the entire series. But what makes him interesting isn't just his strength, it is why he became the way he did. So the first thing you need to understand is Thragg was not born into royalty. He was not some chosen one, he was just the best soldier. Like imagine the Viltrumite Empire where only the strongest survive and this guy still stands above everyone. That's insane. Over time he becomes the most trusted warrior and eventually the Grand Regent. Basically temporary ruler, and his mindset was simple. I will rule until the real heir shows up. Sounds fair, right? Yeah, but here's where things start changing. Years passed, then decades, then centuries. No heir, no challenge, nothing. And slowly that temporary role stopped feeling temporary. Because think about it, if you've been ruling perfectly for so long, would you just step down? Exactly, and that's what happened to Thragg. He did not just protect the empire anymore, he started believing he is the empire. And then comes a huge turning point, the Scourge virus. It almost wipes out the Viltrumites completely. And this is where Thragg actually becomes kinda interesting, because instead of going full destruction mode, he switches strategy. He starts focusing on survival. He literally tells Viltrumites, stop killing each other. We are going extinct. That's rare for them. So now his goal isn't just conquest, it's saving his race. And then he finds Earth. At first it's just another planet, but then he realizes something crazy. Humans can create Viltrumite hybrids stronger, more adaptable, basically the future of the species. So instead of invading, he actually agrees to peace. Yeah, Thragg choosing peace. Didn't expect that, right? Now this is where everything goes downhill. So Invincible gets exposed to the Scourge virus. He's in the hospital and then a doctor reveals something insane. Mark is the grandson of the original emperor, which means Omni-Man is the rightful king. And Thragg, he's nothing. Bro, imagine that moment. Everything you built gone in seconds. And yeah, Thragg completely loses it. He kills the doctor immediately because if the truth spreads, he's finished. This is the moment he stops being a ruler and becomes a villain, because now he's not protecting the empire anymore. He's protecting his position. Eventually the truth comes out anyways. The Viltrumites find out, and instead of following strength, they follow bloodline. They choose Omni-Man. Thragg gets exiled just like that, and strongest man alive kicked out of his own empire. Now here's where Thragg becomes terrifying. He doesn't give up. He goes to another planet, starts building an army, literally has children to create new Viltrumite force. And then he fights Battle Beast. And this fight is insane. It goes on for days. Thragg loses an eye, limbs, but still wins. And then he does something crazy. He wears Battle Beast's skin as a cloak. Like bro, that is not just victory, that is dominance. At this point, Thragg isn't just trying to rule anymore. Now it's personal. He wants revenge. He fights Invincible multiple times, and every time it's brutal. Honestly, most of the time he's winning. That's how strong he is. But in the end, he faces Invincible one last time, and this time he loses. For real, that's the end of Thragg. And you know what's crazy? Thragg was not always evil. At the start, he was actually doing what he thought was right, protecting his people, saving his race, but somewhere along the way, that purpose turned into obsession, and when he lost everything, he could not handle it. Thragg did not fall because he was weak, he fell because he could not accept that he was never meant to be the king. And this was Low Drop. If you like stories that go deeper, subscribe. And for more updates, follow me on Instagram.